Hello, good evening everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Yoxman Reacts, and I'm going to be doing a video that someone requested. It's the scariest things caught on live TV from the channel Top 10s. I love a top 10, you can't beat a top 10 really, can you? So, yeah, the scariest things caught on live TV. Looking forward to this. This kind of thing interests me, you know? So, I guess we'll get into it.
This is what happened.
Sorry. Remember, if you want to make a paid request, then you can. It's £2 per request. Yeah, you send the donation to my PayPal page. We've also got a special offer for March where you can get 3 paid requests for £4, where usually it'd be £6. So yeah, that's the special offer we've got on this month regarding requests. And there's also a lot of other different special offers available for the Patreon. If you go to the community tab, you'll find a post with the full list of this month's special offers. Let's go.
This is what happens when live TV goes wrong. Welcome back, Charlie here. From unexplained events to terrifying people, these are the scariest things ever caught on live TV. One morning, an episode of Judge Judy is being filmed. That's when all of a sudden the camera starts to shake.
About what he needed.
Okay. Well, he got your credit card, your bank card somehow, and he got your PIN number somehow.
It takes everyone a moment to realize what's happening. A massive earthquake had interrupted filming. Large earthquakes do sometimes happen in Los Angeles, which is where Judge Judy is filmed. The entire set shakes.
I was just about to say, isn't Judge Judy filmed in LA? Yeah, that earthquakes are kind of normal there.
And you can see the fear on everyone's faces.
But
maybe
people are scared of them because I don't know if this is absolutely certain, but LA, because you know the San Andreas Fault and everything where it's located, aren't they due like a massive one? Like they call it the big one. I remember I mentioned it during a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode. There's an earthquake, and then someone says this could have been the big one. So yeah, I know that people in LA, when there's an earthquake, they get really scared because they're anticipating it being the big one.
God is not a fan of the Judge Judy show. On May 17th, 1995, a news helicopter was flying around San Diego.
You think God's got time to watch shitty TV shows? I don't think so. He's got much better things to do than that, pal.
On May 17th, 1995, a news helicopter was flying around San Diego, USA. What the helicopter was filming on the ground was one of San Diego's most terrifying moments. 35-year-old Sean Nelson had stolen a tank from a nearby National Guard armory. He decided to go on a rampage in San Diego.
No, he decided to play GTA for real.
Crushing cars and destroying buildings.
This is literally the kind of shit I do on GTA. And that, with police chasing me.
Eventually, a massive police chase occurred, with hundreds of cop cars trying to stop the M60 tank.
Wow.
Sean's insane rampage lasted 23 minutes, and the entire thing was filmed live on TV news. Eventually, police were able to stop the tank, and Sean's life was ended by cops.
Really?
But why did Nelson do it? Well, his parents passed away within 4 years of each other. Soon after, his wife divorced him. Later on, he ran out of money.
Nice
his
love.
new girlfriend left him, and his house was in foreclosure. With no options left, Sean decided to go on one final joyride. He caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage, but the only person to pass away would be Sean himself. In 2011, Japan was hit by its worst ever tsunami, but during the news coverage of this, viewers spotted something strange. As the tsunami takes place, a large black creature can be seen. It also seems to vanish and then reappear. Some believe this may be a phenomenon known as Mothman. That is a large black creature which appears moments before disaster. Mothman was first seen on December 14th, 1967.
First seen, yeah? By who? Don't forget, people, the 1960s. That's just when things like acid and stuff like that were starting to... Yeah, so Mothman wasn't seen. He was, you know...
Flying above the silver bridge.
I'm Kelly Brooke.
clear what they're trying to do with that advert, but it's not working on me.
In Ohio. Scarily, the following day, the bridge collapsed. Ever since, Mothman on December 14th, 1967, flying above the Silver Bridge in Ohio. Scarily, the following day, the bridge collapsed. Ever since, Mothman has allegedly been observed before multiple disasters, including the Chernobyl meltdown in Ukraine. Could this really be Mothman caught on camera? On October 22nd, 2021, news channel WNYT was doing a report in Green Ridge Cemetery in New York. But after the broadcast, a viewer reached
I saw that.
out after seeing something strange. Keep an eye on the area behind the Butler gravestone. What seems to be an apparition goes right behind the grave.
And as you can see behind me here, we have a few gravestones, but what you can't see...
The news channel had no idea this happened.
Don't forget, right, it's a news report, so, you know, they've got massive lights and things. I see this sometimes. I've seen this happen before when filming with an iPhone with the torch on in the dark. You know, it illuminates things that you wouldn't usually see, like little pieces of, you know, the little pieces of fluff and dust that you can see flying through the air when like a beam of sunlight is passing through a very small gap, and in the beam you can just see millions of little particles of dust. What are you playing at? Come here. Come sit with your daddy. You little puff. Yeah, sometimes if something goes past the camera like very closely, that's what it looks like. But also, it does look like a person. Like, that's weird.
We have a few gravestones, but what you can't see...
The news channel had no idea this happened until a viewer pointed it out. The ghostly figure really does have a human shape, and seems to be running very fast. Some say this proves ghosts and spirits are real, especially as this was filmed in what's said to be a haunted graveyard. One day a reporter for MSNBC was doing some coverage of a storm in Mississippi, USA. Reporter Shaquille Brewster was talking about the tropical storm, but that's when he was interrupted by a very angry man.
I think we even have a random person going around. You know, I'm gonna turn this way because, you know, we deal with some people every once in a while.
The man had spotted the news crew and pulled over in a truck. He then proceeded to shout at and berate the news crew. Shaquille tries to keep his cool. The man was shouting that they weren't covering the storm correctly. The man then grabbed Shaquille's microphone before they cut back to the studio.
Craig, I'm gonna toss it back to you because we have a person who needs a little help right now.
I mean, it is MSNBC. They are a disgusting organisation. They just lie all the time. But, come on. That's a bit, you know.
Hey.
You can tell by the studio anchor's face that he's very scared about what might be happening. But thankfully, Shaquille and his crew were okay. The angry driver, Benjamin Eugene Dagley, was later arrested by police for what he did. It's a good thing everyone was okay, but it was still scary for viewers to watch this play out live. One day, a Danish TV station is interviewing a man at an airport. It seems normal at first, but keep an eye on the blonde woman in the background. As the woman in front of her walks past, it seems like the blonde woman completely vanishes.
I've seen this, or something similar to this.
Some say she may...
It's not supernatural, it's not ghost, it's just literally like a once in a billion occurrence, where a camera's happened to capture the moment when two people are walking, and the woman behind her started walking at the exact perfect moment where it looks like she's just disappeared behind her. Yeah, it looks freaky, it looks cool, yeah, but it's easily explained by logic and reality.
Perfectly be in the camera's blind spot, while others said this woman disappeared. Could this be a real glitch in the Matrix? Or is there another explanation for this bizarre live TV clip? One day, Pope Francis was doing a regular broadcast from the Vatican. He then appeared at his window to bless the crowd, but bizarrely, as he stepped back inside, he seemed to vanish into thin air.
It goes bye-bye.
Dude, is it not? He's gone.
Oh my god.
This
What
led to some
the
saying it may simply be a
fuck?
hologram of the Pope. They may do this for security reasons. To
Maybe,
make matters
yeah.
even more strange, the Vatican removed all copies of this video, only
Really?
leaving up their version. Others said that these two clips were recorded on different days, and the man in the
Wow. Yeah, because, you know, the Pope these days, very understandable. A lot of people are not a fan of the Pope. I mean, he's a traitor to his religion. I'm not going to get into a political discussion or a religious discussion, actually. But yeah, it makes sense that they would, and it says pandemic there, so I'm guessing this is during, yeah. Ah, that's interesting. And holograms, you know, it wouldn't be difficult to fake it, but in broad daylight, mind you, it looks like the room he's in is like really dark, so maybe it wouldn't be. Do you know what is though the thing about videos like this? It's very easy for channels to make content like this because they just put the clip in the video, stick them together and upload, and that's it. And then they say this is what's going on or what could be going on. But what I wish I could see is like a camera expert who watches the ones that look like camera glitches or could be camera glitches to try and provide some sort of explanation. You know? Just so I could get an idea of what's going on.
window was not actually
Well,
Pope
so all of us
Francis. Whatever the reason, this is very bizarre. Hologram technology is surprisingly advanced now, so maybe this really was a hologram, either to prevent assassination attempts or for other reasons.
But it is strange how they deleted all copies of the video except their own from a different angle that cuts off the part where he disappears. That is very suspicious. It's similar to what's going on with what was Kate Middleton. First they put up a picture of her and her kids that was so clearly edited. I mean, there was a lot of strange stuff going on with that picture. Do you know, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with it, and at one point it had me almost convinced that even the kids weren't the kids that you think they are, because they looked exactly the same as three kids that she met at a food bank visit months before. And then a Photoshop, not an expert, but a guy who uses Photoshop, he was watching the looking at the picture during like a video from a podcast, and he said he could literally see where they'd made changes. They'd purposely edited her. It wasn't a picture of her taken on that day, it was a picture from a photo shoot, at least of her face, about 2 years before, and they'd put that picture in that. Why did they do that? But you need to be careful about rabbit holes, because you never know where you can end up. I mean, they were literally... The conspiracy was, and I think it still is, that she's died. That Kate Middleton's died. I'm not sure I'd go that far. I haven't seen enough evidence yet, you know. But they have gone to a lot of effort to fake pictures and videos of her lately. It's just a bit strange, isn't it? There's a lot going on with the royal family lately. It's weird.
In 2019, Fox Phoenix weather reporter Matt Rodewald...
Mind you, I mentioned this in a video months ago. Was it during the coronation or something? That a guy in a black cape, looked like the Grim Reaper, was seen in the entrance to the cathedral in the background, just walking past. And I was like, that could be a sign, could be cursed. I think it was his coronation, King Charles' coronation. And since he became king, the royal family haven't exactly been having a good time of it, have they? So, makes you think.
Other reasons. In 2019, Fox Phoenix weather reporter Matt Rodewald was doing a weather report on a massive thunderstorm. But that's when a gigantic lightning strike hits just feet away. Some online said it looks like the lightning strike is far away, but the main lightning strike was actually very close, causing Matt to run out of frame.
How does that look like it's far away?
Thankfully, he was okay, but he only narrowly missed being hit by this lightning strike.
Narrowly missed. He missed by like a block. Come on.
The strike was so powerful it knocked out power nearby, leaving 14,000 homes without power. Wow. Matt was okay, but I'm sure he'll think twice next time he steps out during a lightning storm. In 2020, the channel Capital TV in Peru was doing a report. They were in front of an audience of 200 people on Yaya Beach, which is known to be a UFO hotspot. The hosts were doubtful they'd see anything, but in the middle of the broadcast, some audience members noticed a weird light in the sky. They pointed at it with their green laser pens, and that's when the small light appears to respond, flashing a very bright color.
Estamos transmitiendo en vivo en directo, siendo las 10:47 de la noche, miren eso. Miren eso.
Could this be a UFO trying to communicate with the laser pens? The light is stationary, meaning it's not a plane. It's also not making any noise, ruling out helicopters. As the light gets brighter, it seems to be the shape of a hexagon. Seeing as this is rather far away, it must be absolutely massive.
No, do you know what it looks like? It looks like if you look at a bright light directly, and then the next time when you turn your head and then blink and open your eyes, right in the middle of your field of vision, there's like a little dot, isn't there? That's what that looks like.
After this was broadcast, some remained skeptical, but people who saw it insist
it's not a UFO. I doubt it's a UFO. I mean, I don't know.
It was a
Don't get me wrong, as a kid, I absolutely believed in UFOs. I was like, of course there's life out there, and, you know, I had books on people that had encounters and stuff like that. I totally believed in it. Ghosts too. But since that stuff that went on in America a couple of years ago, you know, first there was the Chinese balloon, and then like every week there was a new story saying fighter pilots have encountered an object, or someone's seen this, someone's seen that. It was just like, yeah, distraction. Because it was on every single news website, it was on every front page, it was on every news report, it was. So obviously the media saying, look at this everybody, look over here, not over there, sort of thing. And it's just kind of soured it a bit for me, the idea of UFOs and aliens. Like, I'm not saying I don't believe that they still exist, but I don't, that just, you know, I don't trust those people at all. I hate those people, if I'm being honest. The government and the media, I mean, I hate them all. I wish they could all just disappear. But, yeah, that kind of put me off the idea of believing in it. But this would be too much of a coincidence. This crowd of UFO people, fans, going to a hotspot where there's supposed to be UFO sightings in the past. They just happened to see one during an event that's just happens to be televised. I don't know.
UFO. One day a viewer was watching the Canadian CTV channel, but that's when they noticed something off about one of the reporters. At various points, she appears to have double eyes.
Whoa!
The reporter has dark eyes, but as she blinks, a second set of lighter eyes appears over her eyelids.
That is weird.
People offered various explanations. Some said this may be a lizard person, while other more
Why is it always lizard person? Oh my god, as soon as somebody mildly famous does something weird, they're like, reptilian. Chill out. God's sake. It's like, they did it with the Queen. You know, there's that one picture of her where she looks like a bit evil. And she's like, oh yeah, the Queen was a lizard person. Like, fuck off. I am a fan of conspiracy theories, but even I'm not that mental.
Rational people
that was weird.
Said this was likely a camera glitch. If this is a camera glitch, it's weird how the rest of the video seems totally normal. Do you believe people with double eyes exist in real life? After all, some say that sometimes the camera captures what the eyes can't see. One day, 2 news anchors in Honduras were doing a report, but they were freaked out when one of their glasses appeared to move by itself.
todo el mundo revienta.
Mira, mira.
That
They were
shut 'em
clearly
up.
confused but tried to move on. That was until it happened again. The journalist Carlos Molina later admitted he felt a chill go down his spine seconds before the glass moved. He
bet
also
he
said
did.
the table wasn't uneven, and also denied it being a prank played on.
Even if it was uneven, that wouldn't happen. That's too... You know, that's not like when you put something on a surface and then it tilts and moves a bit. That is literally like somebody invisible is moving it with their hand. That's weird.
Him by the production staff. Could this be something supernatural?
Yeah, but how could you prank that? It's a glass. You can't use a magnet to move it because it's glass, not metal. It's a see-through table, so there's clearly nothing underneath. There's no string around it. How... Ooh.
I'm not saying their studio is haunted, but I wouldn't want to go there at night. Many people believe that the legendary musician Michael Jackson is still alive and well. One piece of evidence for this is...
I really believed in it. Tupac as well. Once upon a time, when I was still a teenager, I really did believe that Tupac, Michael Jackson, and I think there's one more person I believe was still alive, but I can't remember who the other person was. Who was it? Might have been John F. Kennedy, but I can't remember.
The mysterious identity of this man. His name is Teddy Perkins. He is a character on the show Atlanta inspired by Michael Jackson. On the show, he's played by actor Donald Glover, but people were very creeped out when they realized he was at the 2018 Emmys. You may assume this is simply Donald Glover in character, but mysteriously, the Teddy Perkins at the Emmys was not Donald Glover, nor was it his brother Steven, or their co-star Lakeith Stanfield. The director of Atlanta refused to reveal who this was, leading some to believe that this Teddy Perkins was Michael Jackson in disguise, and that he used the show to tell his story. People have also pointed out this clip, where the man cryptically says, "Someone did kill me, but I'm still alive."
I'm glad you're alive. I was a little worried. I thought it was a documentary.
You didn't kill me, but I did not die. I'm still alive.
Could this really be
That sounds like Michael. Whoa.
Michael Jackson sending us a message? And if it's not, then who is this mysterious man? Now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment below which of these live TV clips was the most scary. I've been Charlie. Thanks for watching. If you want to see my short videos...
No, don't. Mind you, you know all this stuff going on with Diddy recently? Few things have been revealed, and basically, you know, Michael Jackson, just before he died, a lot of people were getting sick of how he had so much control over, like, Sony Music. He owned like half of Sony Music at that time. Basically, all the control he had over the music industry. I think some very powerful people wanted him to lose it, and yeah, I can't remember exactly this. I'll have to find it for you, and when I find it, I'll put a video up about it. But basically, they offed him to get rid of, get rid of the control he had over the music industry, because he was a very powerful man, even up to the point of his death. He was, you know, he had problems, money problems, but he was still very powerful. Anyway, that's the end. Yeah, okay, there was a couple that was a bit freaky, but I think most of these can be explained by camera glitch, lighting effects, things like that. The Mothman thing was a bit weird. Like, yeah, it disappeared, but you could still sort of see something moving after it, like, flashed away. The one in the graveyard was strange, but again, as I said, you know, when you see a sunbeam shining into your house through a very thin gap, you can see, like, all the dust particles floating in the air. And then I said, when I've had an iPhone filming at night, with the torch on, you can see things moving in front of your phone. That's what that looked like it could be, because they were filming in a graveyard at night. Yeah, but the Teddy Perkins one, that was weird. It sounded like it. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't scary. It was just a bit hysterical, to be honest. If there's a video with a bit more detail on all of these, then I would like to see. So if you can find a video like that, please let me know and I'll check it out. I'd love to know a bit more on these. So I'm going to end it there. So as I said, this was a paid request. If you'd like to request a video for me to check out, then get in touch via the Facebook page or the Patreon, or just, you know, make the request by sending the donation to PayPal and put it in a message. That's what most people do anyway. And it'll get done usually the same day. It might be the day after or the day after that, because I've got a lot of content at the moment, but try and get it done as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video if you did, and subscribe for more. And I will see you in the next one. So until then, take care. Goodbye.